So I recently did something financially irresponsible, but again, what else is new? I bought not one, but two Ricoh GR cameras, and after 2 weeks, I still don't know which one I really want to keep. I'm forcing myself not to keep both. I have a problem. So I bought the GR4 standard edition and the HDF version. So if you're on the fence on which one to buy, this video might be for you. I'm not a professional photographer, so I will be speaking from the perspective of a regular person slash lifestyle content creator. I'll first talk about why I even decided to get a Ricoh camera considering how much it costs. If you've been following me on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, then you know for the last half of last year, I have been more focused on capturing my regular, boring, mundane life in a cinematic way. And I try to do all of that with minimal post editing. I'm a big proponent of trying to get my footage to look exactly how I want it with in-camera settings. On my day-to-day, I do carry around a good amount of equipment, so I wanted to minimize the weight of everything that I carried. I wanted a camera that was small and compact, a camera that was good quality and that I could take with me on my solo trips and all my traveling adventures, something that I could literally just point and shoot without having to set up. And I do have the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but I didn't want images that felt so digital. I wanted my photos to have like emotion that I didn't have to add in post edit. I wanted all of the warmth and the feeling captured at the moment that I clicked the shutter button. So with all those requirements, I somehow landed on the Ricoh GR series of cameras. So at the time when I was looking around for these cameras, the Ricoh GR4 was the latest version that had launched. And then right before the new year, they had announced that they would be releasing the GR4 HDF version, but it wasn't coming to the US until the end of January. So I had pre-ordered it. It didn't look like it was coming, so I had bought this one instead. And then 2 days after I bought this one, they had sent my pre-order out. So I got time to play with both of these cameras. It's only been 2 weeks since I've had these cameras, and when I say I've taken more photos in the last few weeks than I have in the last year, that's wild. But it also speaks to how easy this camera is to use in your day-to-day. Just from the body of the camera, you can see how sleek it is and how portable. It literally does fit in your pocket. If you have the Canon G7X, this is even smaller. It kind of does fit in the palm of your hand. It is just so freaking sleek and so easy to handle with just one hand. Another reason why I've been taking a lot more photos since I've gotten this camera is with how easy it is to turn on. It turns on with an inhale. Instant. And then with snap focus, even autofocus, the fact that I can turn this camera on in half a second and then snap the photos and they look nice instantly, amazing, game changer. I went out with one of my coworkers on my lunch break the other day. As we're walking and talking down to Radio City, I'm over here snapping photos that came out in perfect focus. This camera is a beast. And last but not least, the in-camera settings. Guys, like I said earlier, a lot of my content focuses on trying to get the feel that I want in my footage while I'm filming it without having to post edit at all or do very minimal editing. And this camera right here, the possibilities are endless. You're able to manually set a whole bunch of settings to get the feel, the color that you want. So you can save up to 6 different recipes in here, just like playing around with your settings. That makes it even more instant. That right there, I think, is the biggest pro to this camera. You can literally take a photo of the same scene and depending on your recipe, get a whole different vibe. And that to me is just so fun. Now for this portion, I'm going to talk about the differences that I've seen and that I've noticed and that I love from the Ricoh GR4 HDF version and the standard version. I had the standard version first and I fell in love with it immediately. Before I even got the HDF, I was like, man, I think I don't even want the HDF version. I'm going to stick with the standard version. They come with an inbuilt ND filter, and as you guys know, last year I became obsessed with ND filter. I always have an ND filter on all of my cameras. I love ND filters, period. You can toggle it on and off if you want. It gives you nice crispy images, and it always has the perfect exposure, almost without you having to change any other thing. Pretty much the quickest like snap and shoot when you just want to capture the moment accurately. Now the HDF version, and the reason why I wanted this in the first place was when I heard the description. I had been ruminating on getting the GR4. When they announced the HDF, I was like, oh, I'm so glad that I waited, because that's gonna be mine. I love cinematic footage. I love dreamy looking footage. It's my vibe. It's been my vibe since back in the day when I was making beauty content. I always loved a soft, like diffused, dreamy look to my content. This camera does just that. I've taken this camera out on overcast days as well as brightly sunny days, and they both look so beautiful. You get that nice blurred edge and diffused light. It doesn't look as harsh as overexposed images would look like. It softens everything and kind of adds like that filmic look. The quality of the images was a little bit of my concern because I didn't want my photos to look blurry. I wanted them to still look high quality, just with a little bit of flair. And the Ricoh GR4 HDF does a great job at that. So those were some of the quick differences between the two cameras. But as far as the body of the cameras are exactly the same. The buttons are all the same, the shape the same. The body, the buttons. The only difference is on the HDF version, it says HDF. Other than that, you cannot tell from the front, from the bottom, anything. And for the record, right now I have taken 522 photos on each of these versions. So I think I got enough practice with them in the last 2 weeks to really say and feel which one I really want to keep. And I'm gonna keep the HDF version. Oh, I think you knew that. I just love the soft glow. I love that it's not too harsh, not overly sharp if you don't want it to be, especially when you're capturing photos of people. I've only captured photos of myself so far, and I love the way that I look. Okay, I think I've talked long enough. And you know I'm nosy, so you have to let me know which one you chose.